So this time we're taking a look at figures that I've had for a while, and finally getting around to take a look at them. We're talking about the Batman Legacy. I think this is Wave 3. It's been so long I can't even remember which wave it is. Yeah, I think it's Wave 3. And this time we're taking a look at the first appearance Batman. Of course, from Detective Comics number 27 in 1939. And first we'll take a look at the back of the packaging here. They do give a pretty nice roundup or explanation of Batman, and you can see the other figure in this series, Catwoman. And there's a third one that I don't have on here. But these are the only comic-based figures. So, taking a look at the sculpt of this, I really do like it. It seems to me, maybe it's not so, but it seems to be a thinner body than the previous Batmans that they've had. I think at least in the upper portion, the legs do seem to be pretty much the same, just recolored differently. He does, of course, the biggest difference, the big standout of this guy is, of course, his cape, which is the first over-the-shoulder cape that we've had in this line. It is a stiffer material, still pretty bendable, but not too much. So it does restrict his articulation a little, a lot, actually. Now, paint-wise, he's okay. There's a bit of blurring at the edges here on his boots. But that's pretty much it. For accessories, he does come with this Batman stand with the bat symbol, the 90s bat symbol, or I should say the 89/90s bat symbol. And it's done in gold because he is from the golden age of comics. Unfortunately, he does not come with any accessories aside from one that is kind of curious, which they've done, with the previous waves as the poster, which I'll show later on. But if you've got some spare accessories, may I suggest finding a Batarang, this one being from, I believe, the Young Justice Robin, and or a gun of some type. Yes, and I say gun because this Batman briefly used the gun, and so there are two accessories that Mattel had previously released with other figures that they could have included with this guy. That gun is from the being borrowed right now from the Lieutenant Gordon figure from the Batman Legacy, or Movie Masters line, I should say. And like I said, the Batarang is from the Robin, Young Justice Robin. And so there are two accessories that they could have included with this guy. So here is the poster that came with the figure. Of course, it's all rolled up, so you really have to flatten them out to kind of display them. As you can see, even though I've had several books on top of this, they haven't really flattened out all the way. And it's just the cover to Detective Comics number 27. And a little bit of recolored here because as you can see, the gloves should be purple on here. But anyway, so for articulation, his cape does limit a lot of his articulation. Like I said before, his head can barely move up and down because of it, but it is still there. He still moves left and right. The arms can move forward about that far before the cape gets in the way, and you can do that with both arms. And but really, they only go that far back. He does rotate at the biceps. Oh, they do go in and out. Again, pretty limited. He does rotate at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and rotate at the wrist. His ab crunch is severely limited, basically to going further back than forward for some reason. You think that it would be harder to go backwards because his cape would force him forward, but it's not. He does have waist articulation there, and the rest is pretty standard for a DC Universe Classics character. Really tight hip joints here, so much so that I'm afraid of really snapping his leg off on that right leg. For some reason is really sticking, but that's probably just my this particular figure. He does rotate at the lower thigh and bend at the knee and bend forward and back at the ankle. Yeah, it's cool to have a first appearance Batman. I still think the DC Direct first appearance Batman is a little bit better because it has a cloth cape that you can kind of pose so you don't lose any of the articulation. But of course, even this figure has more articulation than that figure. So, if you wanted to, you could replace, if you had the DC Direct one, you could replace it with this figure. He does come with a neat little stand, but again, the only detraction from the figure is that he doesn't come with any accessory, not a batarang or a gun. So stay tuned. Next time we'll be taking a look at the Silver Age Catwoman.